The United States government was on the brink. A shutdown loomed, threatening to halt vital services and send shockwaves through the nation. The deadline was Friday, March 14, 2025. A funding bill was desperately needed. Without it, the government would grind to a halt. The air crackled with tension. The fate of the nation rested on a razor's edge. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer found himself in a political pressure cooker. A Republican-backed funding bill was on the table, but it came with a steep price concessions that would advance Trump's agenda. The bill reshaped federal spending, aligning it with Trump's priorities. It granted the former president greater control over the nation's purse strings. Democrats were divided. Many saw the bill as a bitter pill to swallow. The Congressional Progressive Caucus, a powerful bloc within the Democratic Party, urged defiance. They argued that a shutdown, while painful, was preferable to enabling Trump's agenda. The specter of a government shutdown, they argued, was a necessary evil to resist Trump's overreach. Schumer faced a critical choice. He could stand with his party's base and risk a shutdown, or he could swallow a bitter compromise and face their fury. The decision weighed heavily on him. Schumer's phone buzzed incessantly. Angry voicemails filled his inbox. House Democrats, including former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, urged him to reject the Republican bill. 2 letters, signed by dozens of House Democrats, landed on his desk. They implored him to reconsider. The pressure was immense. Adding to the turmoil, Elon Musk, the controversial head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, loomed large. Musk, a staunch Trump ally, had used his position to streamline government services, often through drastic cuts. A shutdown, Schumer feared, would give Musk carte blanche to further dismantle federal agencies and purge workers deemed disloyal to the Trumpian agenda. Meanwhile, Republicans held all the cards. With their Senate majority, they could easily pass the funding bill if they had enough Democratic votes to overcome a filibuster. Senate Majority Leader John Thune, known for his sharp political instincts, applied pressure relentlessly. He warned of economic turmoil and blamed Democrats for holding the government hostage. Schumer found himself caught between a rock and a hard place. Defying his party would be deeply unpopular, but a shutdown could inflict lasting damage on the government and empower figures like Musk. It was a lose-lose situation. On Thursday night, with time running out, Schumer made his move. In a stunning reversal, he announced his support for the Republican funding bill. The news sent shockwaves through the Democratic Party. Accusations of betrayal filled the air. Schumer, however, held his ground. Schumer argued that a shutdown would be a catastrophic mistake. It would hand Trump and his allies a victory, allowing them to further erode democratic norms and institutions. He acknowledged the bill's flaws, but insisted it was the least bad option. Sometimes, he said, we must hold our noses and choose the path of least destruction. His decision, however, came at a cost. The funding bill included a provision that particularly stung. It reverted the District of Columbia's budget to 2024 levels, effectively stripping the city of crucial funding. The move was seen as a petty act of revenge against a city that overwhelmingly opposed Trump. Despite the backlash, Schumer's gamble paid off. The bill, with his support, easily passed the Senate with a bipartisan vote, averting a shutdown. The government was funded, but the Democratic Party was left deeply divided. The aftershocks of Schumer's decision were felt immediately. Progressive Democrats openly criticized his leadership, accusing him of capitulating to Trump and his allies. They argued that his decision set a dangerous precedent, emboldening Republicans to engage in further brinkmanship. Trump, meanwhile, reveled in his victory. He took to Truth Social, his preferred social media platform, to praise Schumer for his wisdom in supporting the bill. The message was clear. Trump was calling the shots and Democrats were dancing to his tune. The long-term implications of Schumer's decision remain unclear. Some argue that it was a necessary evil preventing a far greater disaster. Others believe it was a grave miscalculation that will have lasting consequences for the Democratic Party and the country. One thing is certain, the fight over the soul of America is far from over. The government shutdown may have been averted, but the battle lines have been drawn and the stakes have never been higher.